Yo, okay. I want to do a video about the hospital because I like to talk about things that are on my mind, and what's on my mind is hospitals, places where people go to get better from acute diseases, accidents, emergencies, acute diseases, and chronic diseases. They just shown a program on TV, which I watch, called Hospital. Corrupt as fuck. These institutions, you know. And it didn't anger me, it just made me think, like, what's going on with these hospitals? What's the deal? You know, what can we do? Because we know people that are in hospital. We know friends and family. Everybody does. We've all been there. We're going through it now. We're going to go through it in the future. So what can we do, bearing in mind these people that we know and love and care about, our friends and family, aren't exactly going to be on board with everything that we do. They won't understand the power of simplicity and the power of the human body, and that place is a death trap. So they carry on doing the same old shit that the hospital protocols. So what can we do, bearing in mind they're heavily programmed? There are little things that we can do that are going to help them, that aren't going to trigger them where they just completely ignore you, because we all know how to cure them and give them the best chance. They're not going to listen to that. So you got to work with people, this is the key. You got to work with people exactly where they are. You know, so there are things we can do. You know, they're probably not going to be down for fasting, not eating any food. So the idea is to give them to buy fruits and vegetable fruits, preferably, because they're easy to buy and eat by themselves as standalone meals. Fruit meal, mucus-free meal, brilliant idea, right? Mucus-free food. And not only that, they taste good, fruits as well. So your friends and family that are in hospital, or someone you know is very inclined to eat that. They'll look at it as a snack, right? But just don't tell them. Just tell them, just eat this orange. And hopefully they'll eat, and tell them it's important to eat it as, if they're going to eat with hospital food, make sure they eat the fruits that either are with the hospital food or the fruits you bring for them, like the oranges, the bananas, the pineapples, the melons. Make sure they eat that first. Yeah, so if they're not going to eat fruit for the whole day, and you buy them some fruit, just tell them, eat the fruit first, and then eat the hospital junk. Yeah, so you work with people exactly where they are. There's the hack. Buy them some fruit, and make them eat the... if they're not going to eat the fruit as standalone, on an empty tummy, what you do is you give them the fruit first, and then they can eat the garbage, cooked junk crap from the hospital. That's the hack, because then the fruit will be assimilated. Anything that goes into the fruit will not be assimilated if it sits on top of the cooked meal. They serve hospital, but if you serve the fruit first, brilliant. That will work, and that will heal them. It will help go a long way towards healing them. So that's an example of working where they're at, because they probably are going to eat the hospital junk. Definitely don't give them any, buy them soft drinks. Make sure they're educated enough. They should be educated enough not to know that Cokes and soft drinks are fucking nightmares. The absolute garbage acid drinks. Even the spring water, bottled spring water, no. Another option you can do is educate them a bit on the powers of distilled water. Distilled water is very powerful. So you can actually distill your own water at home and bring it for them, and tell them to try it out, like the distilled water, and they'll feel amazing on that as it flushes out the toxins and the toxicity from within their body and the dirty bloodstreams. Because all hospital patients with chronic diseases have dirty bloodstreams. So the great way to detoxify that bloodstream and keep it clean is with the distilled water, yeah? So do that. They won't be down for urine therapy, so you work with people, like I said, exactly where they are. Another thing you can do, try and encourage them allowed to go outside and get some sunlight, because it's very dark in hospitals and it's against the sun, and the sun's through a window as well. You still get a bit of energy and healing power from the I think the UVBs penetrate the sun, but the UVAs don't. You still get some benefit, but most people in hospital don't see the natural sunlight. So you want to be encouraging them. When you go and visit, ask if they're allowed to go outside. This is important. Ask if you're allowed to take them outside. Probably not, but if you are, make sure they do that. Make sure they get outside every fucking day. They can walk, even if you're not with them. Insist on the importance of them getting natural sunlight, essential for the healing process. And that's why, another reason why hospitals are absolute death traps. They are not experiencing natural sunlight for the time that they're in that stupid fucking bed, strapped around with electronic EMF, nasty shit on their bodies, surrounded by these machines that are radiation. It's all kind of bullshit, and they've got no sunlight. Holy shit, that's a absolute disaster zone. Here's another hack. This one's great. This one's the best for me. This one fucking works. Now this one's gonna work whether they know about it or not. This is the great thing. You will encounter no resistance from what I'm about to tell you, but this one's powerful. Underrated, powerful, and most people aren't going to know about this. Okay, so a healthy human carries a lot of electrons inside their body, a lot of negative ions, free electrons. Us. Why? We do fasting a lot. We eat fruits. We ground. Holy shit, the ground gives us loads of free electrons. The healthy person has abundance of free electrons, and the more unhealthy you are, and especially if they're in a hospital, they'll have less electrons in their body. So here's the hack. You, as a healthy, abundant, loads of free electrons human being, when you touch any part of someone else's body, what happens is you transfer your electrons as a high, abundant being, because of the gradient here, yeah, from high to low. So you're abundant with high electrons. This person sick in bed, all you need to do is touch them, and the electrons, the medicine, gets transferred from you as the abundant one to them because they're lacking. Think about that. So if you're looking after your health, you've got high electrons, which is us pretty much, and we touch someone that's ill in bed, even for a second, you get that transfer. Now I think obviously the longer you hold their hand, right, you don't need to tell them what you're doing. You don't need to tell them this geeky shit, they won't believe you anyway. Electrons, this woo-woo, fucking woo-woo shit. What do you mean if you touch, you can heal someone, electrons get transferred? It's all fucking bullshit. Nope, it's not. Touch them, and hold their hand. Touching is medicine anyway. Even if you don't believe in what I've just said about electrons, touch is medicine. So fucking hold their hand, and then allow the electrons to be transferred from you to them. The negative ions, the free electrons. Yeah, that's fucking medicine, that's powerful. Do you know what I would do? I swear I'd do this. Just before I go and visit them, probably in the hospital grounds, I would take my feet off, I would ground, yeah? I would ground to the earth, to the grass, and charge up my free electrons, yeah, my negative ions, charge them up, so that at that moment, just before I'm in the hospital, I'll have loads of free electrons, and then I'd go inside the hospital, and then hold their hand, you know, because you care, right? It's your friends, just hold their hand and touch them, and then those electrons will be transferred to them. That's a fucking hack. That is a fucking crazy, crazy fucking hack. And you don't even need to trigger anybody. Not only that, if you fancy going around and touching a few other people, I don't mean touching in that way, by the way, it sounds creepy there. I mean, just think about it. You just walk up to all the people in the things, you know, listen to their stories, random, after you've had, you know, your moment with the person you love, go and listen to someone else's story and say, oh, I'm sorry, and touch them as well. How crazy would that be? You could just go around the hospital touching everybody. No, that sounded weird, but I didn't mean it like that. But think about that for a second. You could heal people. You could be a healer, and no one would ever know except you. That's called restoring good karma. It's called being a fucking nice person. You know, I'd fucking do that. I would fucking do that. that's such a good idea. Yeah, man. Touch is powerful. Touch is medicine. Yeah, I think you gotta get distilled water as their medicine. Really, I mean, best practice for them to dry fast. Second best is to water fast. They're not gonna dry fast. I mean, they're not. Second best, just get them to drink lots of distilled water with whatever food they're gonna serve in the hospital, and eat that. Try and convince them of the power of intermittent fasting. Tell them about if they're gonna eat the hospital food, to try and lessen the gap. So 8-hour window, instead of like what they normally do, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, eating 12 hours a day. Tell them about the power of just a couple of hours extra of this intermittent fasting. Yeah, it's not a lot to ask. Just say, condense the gap a little bit between what you're eating, and then tell them to notice the effects. Are they feeling better because they're shortening the window? This will encourage them. Yeah, people are touch starved. It's crazy the power of touch, isn't it? Like, crazy stuff. Oh man, I'd love to have a Shivambu center. It's my dream. I've been thinking about it. I was watching this hospital program today on the TV. I was thinking I'd love, they used to have fruitarian hospitals in the USA and UK. USA definitely, I think in the UK too. In the early 1900s and 1800s, they used to have fruitarian hospitals where they just eat fruits. I would love to see that back. But even more than that, because I know it's more powerful, even if fruitarian hospitals, fucking love that shit. Shivambu centers, urine therapy centers, that's the dream. In Western nations, if I die, and before I die, if I see one of those in the Western nations, I would fucking die the happiest man. I'm really gonna die happy, man. For whatever we all do, whatever I achieve, I'm gonna die happy. But that's my dream. I would just like to see one Shivambu Center before I die, and then I'll know that just from that one, there's gonna be two in 100 years or 300 years. That's my fucking dream. You know, that's a long term. If I can have some kind of impact, I don't know if I can, but if I could, I would do anything for that. You know, I'd sacrifice my. I really would. This is the dream for me, to have a Shivambu Center, a urine therapy hospital, and lots of people practicing, as opposed to just, you know, one person here and there. How about a whole hospital doing urine therapy and curing themselves? Whole hospitals where everyone's dry fasting, like they used to, you know, whole hospitals of people are water fasting, yeah. And it's not just you pay thousands of pounds and go and do it in a retreat. I'm talking about people that are ill, ordinary matrix people. That would be such a, that would be a dream. And that will move me, and I think that's going to happen before, you know, the next 50, 60 years before I go. There will be Shivambu centers in the Western nations. I already work in India, so there's something we can shoot for. Maybe we need more in Asian countries, and we need more in Europe. That's going to be hard, because the elites are going to hate us. They're going to fight it to the death. Fruitarian hospitals, they're going to fight that shit. They're going to fight them to the death. Fruitarian and urine therapy hospitals, they won't have it. They will do anything to stop it. I mean anything, including kill the people. I believe kill the people that are going to try and promote that. They will try and kill the people that push for that. That's a guarantee. They can't let that happen. Because one hospital, mainstream hospital, Fruitarian hospital, or Shivambu hospital, will set an example for the rest. And they can't be having that. They can't be having examples like that, because that will just put a seed, and then the next generations are going to build upon that, what they see works with one hospital, so they will try and stop it. So that's a long-term thing for me. In the meantime, I went off topic a little bit. We can work with people where they are. That's really important. Work with people what they are. Don't judge them. Give them love. Put them nice music, classical music. You know, this sound therapy is also legit. Give them, you know, play them binaural beats, very powerful. All the 432 hertz, solfeggio tones, all this music. Buy them a CD player or something, or a little player, and a radio, not a radio, a music player, MP3 player, and get that good quality healing sound vibrations. That's another thing you can do, because sound therapy work is legit. Tell them, try it out, yeah. And what will happen is, once they try it out, these 432 hertz in their ears and the headphones, they'll start feeling better. And when they start feeling better, it'll encourage them to be more healthy. So this is one where you can influence them to do the practice, because say, hey, test it out, try it out, you've got nothing to lose, these sounds work. And they'll be like, probably not, but if they're open-minded, or if they love you, or, you know, they respect you, they'll try it out, right? When they try it out and they see, oh, I feel better, that's cool. So that's another thing you can do. If you guys have got any ideas, let me know. I think yeah, Aussie mate, they can't stop the movement that's going right now. We're unstoppable, we really are. The hospitals might be the death traps, but we're breaking away from hospitals and creating our own shit. You know, moving to other countries, moving to the tropics. We're on Facebook now. We've got our own fucking communities on Facebook. All you guys watching, holy shit, they do not like us, and they're not gonna like what's to come. They ain't gonna fucking like it. But too bad, mate. You know, it's crazy. So yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, do what you can, and I remember what I said. The most important thing, to repeat, is to remember that you are a being that has, as a healthy being, you've got a lot of electrons inside your body, negative ions, electrons, electricity, you have a lot of electricity in you. A person that is unhealthy has very low electricity. They have a lot of positive ions, they have very few negative ions. So when you touch them on the hand, any part of their body, they get the medicine from you, because of the gradient potential from high to low. You know, like polar opposites, positive attracts negative. Well, if you're high electrons, they attract your negative ions, get it transferred to them, therefore they are now abundant in negative ions because you touched them as a healthy being, and now they're going to heal quicker. And if you did that daily with someone you love, brilliant. I'm not talking about doing that as a one-off thing to someone you love, visiting once a week. I'm talking about doing that daily. Go and visit them daily. Don't tell them what you're fucking doing, because they'll just think you're fucking crazy anyway. Yeah, and make sure you touch them on the hand, hold their hand. Then touch is medicine anyway. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, and just touch them and get that negative ions into them. There's the hack. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because I practice what I preach. If I know someone I love that's in a hospital, I will go and bear the brunt of seeing all the fucking people slowly getting killed off by nurses and doctors, I would put myself through that to help that person that I know and love by what I'm saying. I would go and hold their hand, go and do ground. That would be me, because I'm a fucking geek and I like helping people. I'd fucking do some grounding on the grounds or somewhere near the hospital 40 minutes before, charge up to the max my body with negative ions. The ground has the most negative ions, electrons, way more than fruits. Way fucking more. Antioxidants. Antioxidants, yeah. People talk about fruit antioxidants. Fruits are brilliant. Just for antioxidants, you want the ground. That's the ultimate medicine. I would go and do that 40 minutes or 5 minutes on the ground and then go and touch people. And go around the hospital and be that guy that fucking touches people like, what? Hi there. Fucking creepy guy. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, Carlos, mate. UT hospitals, that's the dream. That's what I'm working towards. That's what we're all working towards. That's gonna happen. I swear that's gonna happen. I swear that's gonna fucking happen. We're gonna manifest that one day. You know, it's not just me. We all talking about UT on Facebook, and think about the people that are doing urine therapy that aren't on Facebook as well. Holy shit. It is gonna happen. It will, definitely. Yeah, and also you're doing a great job with that as well. You're gonna manifest a lot of crazy shit, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do as well, and maybe getting on board with that. It's exciting times. Alright. Signing out. Let's go and heal some people in hospitals. Let's go and touch some people. That sounds so crazy. Alright, I love you guys. Yeah. Peace. I hope you got some value from my video. Let's go and heal.